What's good, everyone, and welcome back to the Water Boys channel as I got another KC report on deck today. But before we dive into any of that, you already know what to do. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video as well, because I'm going to keep you up to date on anything Kansas City Chiefs news related and rumors as well. And also, I'm going to start diving into my draft prospects. This weekend, probably tomorrow, probably Sunday, I will have the top 5 draft running back prospects that I think would fit good with Kansas City. I'm starting with the running backs just because I don't think it's a position fully a need for them, but I do think they need a running back as well, and I think they can get a good one probably like in second, third, fourth round if they're willing to go in that direction. And there's guys I want to look out for, so that's going to be my first video out, and I think a lot of people will be interested in it. But today's video is one I shouldn't really be talking about, and it's something that's kind of crazy to see as well, and people are going to question why I'm making this video. The sole fact I'm making this video is because I want to get people's feedback and opinion on how they view this as well. And it's Mahomes, it's his family, of course, Brittany, his fiance, and Jackson, his brother as well. And if you are on social media, you see how crazy the media is partaking to his family, and it's kind of getting out of hand. So I want to leave it up for discussion as well, and I want to put my opinions out there as well. So without further ado, let's dive right in. So yes, as I did mention, this will be basically featured around Mahomes and his family. Of course, Mahomes, Brittany, and Jackson as well. And this probably started about, well, of course, this started way earlier than that. It probably started when he first came into Kansas City and he became a focal point in the offense. He became a superstar. And of course, when you become a superstar, that means they dissect everything about you. It's highly unfortunate, but they make sure they'll find that little thing that someone won't like. And right now, they're picking on Brittany and Jackson. But what brought it more to life as well was, I guess, the Texas Tech basketball game that they went to. Brittany and Mahomes, they looked like, I don't want to say they got into it, but it looked like a side remark and things like that. He didn't like it. She made a remark afterwards. It is what it is. And honestly, we don't even know what it is. That also might not even have been that. It was just a facial gesture as well. So it was nothing too crazy. But of course, the media, they going to blow it out of proportion because that's what they do best as well. And it's crazy to see because we hear about her on this team and as well Jackson like way too frequently. And I'm kind of wondering, is it KC media or is it just more of like worldwide media? And if you follow and look on Twitter a lot as well, it's like it looks like the KC fans as well. I mean, I'm not going to speak for all of them as well because there are going to be some be like, oh man, fuck that. I'm tired of what they're doing. I'm tired of the TikToks. I'm tired of Brittany being loud, which I don't get why it phases you that much, but it is what it is. But mostly what I'm seeing is support from both of them as well, saying that, hey, we ride with you guys. We understand the love and everything like that. And it just seems like the outsider is trying to bring everything down, which is technically what's going to do it most of the time as well. Because even in the playoff run, too, I want to say it was against the Bills where Brittany, she was in the box and she gave everyone a champagne shower after Travis Kelce's walk-off win. And honestly, that was like one of the dopest things to see as well. But then again, the media makes it seem like it's a terrible thing to happen. It's like she was killing people, hurting people, things like that. Honestly, that's a celebration. You guys never been at a party, you never been at a club. Popping bottles is what happens. And they made it seem like, oh, that ain't the thing nowadays. Like, we don't do that. Like, it's an old community or something like that. Like, there's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. And I think she even clarified it as well. Like, she warned people she was going to do it, and they were all ready and cheerful. I mean, they won a huge game in walk-off. What do you expect? And it's crazy to be dissected like that as well. And then we've had that throughout the season as well, where Brittany on her end, people will say, oh, she's annoying, she's loud, things like that. She's a supportive, soon-to-be wife, and that's what's crazy to hear. What do you just want her to be? Oh. Yeah. No, come on. Like, let's be real. Like, she's supportive of her man, and that's what she's doing best, and there's nothing wrong with that. You make it seem like she's, like, doing terrible things to fans and things like that and going out of her way to make people feel bad and things like that. Literally, unless there's something I missed, and if there is, leave it in the comments down below. Like, I just see her being very supportive, and honestly, I just don't understand it whatsoever, and I don't get how it phases people so much because when I'm watching the game and things like that, my focus isn't on her. My focus isn't on Jackson. So I just don't get how people are just so zoned in and dialed in, and it seems like that's what they're looking for as well. Because like I've seen it during games too. Because when I'm watching a Chiefs game, also too, I'm on my Twitter as well, following live reports, seeing people's reaction, how they're viewing a good play, a bad play, things like that. And then out of nowhere, you see, oh, Jackson has a TikTok. Oh, Brittany's in the booth doing something. It's like, who cares? Like, why is this even on my feed right now? Let them live their best life as well. And on Jackson's standpoint as well, if that's TikToks and what he wants to do, what he wants to succeed with, go ahead, do you. Like, make a living. Everyone's trying to find something to succeed in, and if that's what he's trying to do, be his own person, go ahead. I don't know why people would knock that, but I get it because people find it annoying. And also, too, like, I'm going to relate back into earlier in the year as well, pertaining to the TikToks as well, where, actually, I'm not going to go too far in, but I am against the football team as well, when he did a TikTok on Sean Taylor's memorial area as well. It's like, yeah, it's a bad look, and I understand that's a very bad look as well, but then reports came in as well. It's like, Washington football team, like, put them in that area. So you should be more upset with the football team as well that they let the family or anyone, and I don't even know what the section is or what if it's like supposed to be like bordered off to where no one steps on as well. But it's like Mahomes' family wasn't the only one there as well. So it seems like that's something they do, is like that's an area they put people. And if it's a bad look, that's something the football team shouldn't be assigning people to go to, and that's what they did as well. And he found it to be a TikTok moment, and it's not like I didn't really see the TikTok or not, so it's like I don't really know too much, but it's not like he was stomping on it or anything like that. I think he was just dancing, and people made it seem like, oh, he's dancing on his grave and things like that. It's like, I didn't really see that at all, but I get it. Again, people are going to blow things out of proportion. The only thing that Mahomes did that was really bad and things like that, and could make Patrick Mahomes look bad in the limelight as well. I think it was against the Ravens where he poured a drink on a fan and things like that. That's something that shouldn't be tolerated or done for as well. So I understand fans being upset with that as well. But again, I don't want to say I stand up for it because I don't as well. It's just like, what do you expect from Brittany and Jackson all the time? Like, it's getting to a point where it's hard to knock out all the noise, and you hear people all the time saying, "Oh, they should have tough skin. They're in this limelight and things like that." So what? You guys are constantly bashing them and talking shit, and you just really expect them to sit back. They're human. Their heart beats the same as everyone else. They have emotions just like everyone else. That shit can hurt them. You don't know how they feel when they go back home, when they got to look on Twitter and people talking shit about them, or if they hear it in their ears, or even if they're going out in public and you just expect them to take it. So at that time, too, I can imagine it was some hecklers going in on him. And yes, he should hold a better composure as well. But again, I can't say I would have acted better in that situation. Honestly, I could act worse. If I have fans talking shit to me and things like that and going in on me, I would like to think I'm a better person, but I wasn't put in that scenario as well. So it's hard to say. I don't think he just did it to be like, oh, fuck this guy, and pour a drink on him. Like, I really don't think that's what it was. It's just crazy to see how the media is throwing this family, like, they're zoning straight in on it as well. And even after this game, literally a day later, it's funny, like, this is going to be a long offseason for Chiefs fan. I'm ready for free agency, start signing players, see who's leaving the team, see how we're rebuilding this team, because these stories are getting crazy. First, we had the false Eric Bieniemy article, which, yes, I will address right now because the video I posted was the same night and same day, and apparently it's not false, but it was taken down. So it shows you really how legitimate the article was and if it was. And it doesn't seem like it was because they're saying it still is, but why take it down then? Like, really? Like, if it's legitimate, you keep it up regardless and you handle any punishment coming your way or things like that. Definitely, if it's legit, you take it down because you're afraid of the consequences. Definitely if it's fake. So I'm not going to say, like I mentioned, some things do seem real and some things seem kind of sketchy as well. So it's very hard to understand. But then, like, it's going to be such a long off season because people are just going to find stories about the Kansas City Chiefs. But that's what happens when you're at the top. They're going to try to bring you down. It's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. But then the next day after that article, what was it? Another report came out. It's like, I knew this one was false, like, off the grip. Like, straight out, like, it said Mahomes had a meeting with Brittany and Jackson saying, hey, you guys can't come to any of the future games next year because you guys are too much of a distraction. What? Like, what? Like, that does not make no sense. Like, that's one of the craziest reports I ever heard. Like, I highly doubt Mahomes has any issues with his family at the stadium. It's everybody else in the world. It's everyone outside of the KC fandom, which is crazy. And you really think, like, we know we've seen Mahomes, like, on the field, off the field. He's one of the most genuine, nicest person and people you'll ever meet. And, well, at least that's what it seems like. And that's what I'm going to believe as well, because I haven't seen anything else to detour anything of my beliefs as well. And then that's how I view him as well. For him to do that would be crazy and absurd. Definitely in that situation as well. To pull his family aside and be like, hey, guys, you guys are not allowed to come anymore. Come on. Like, these are the same people, especially Brittany and, of course, Jackson, his brother as well, that have been riding and dying with him since high school, maybe even beforehand as well. His brother's been with him his whole life. But Brittany, high school sweethearts, things like that. You think he's going to be like, nah, you're not allowed to come no more. Like, do you hear how stupid that is? That just sounds so stupid. Like, I don't even know how a report like that would come off. And they literally thought it was legit. Like, he literally's like, oh, well, I heard this. And then, of course, there was even KC media out there as well that heard it a day before. And they were trying to find the direct source. Like, how can you find something like that? And they're trying to quiet it down, which was a good thing to do, because even though it still came out, it's just like crazy that a report like that would come out. And then, of course, your number one source, Patrick Mahomes, comes out and is like, man, y'all just gonna make up any stories nowadays. It's like, you guys don't got nothing better to do. Like, there's more teams to focus on besides the Kansas City Chiefs. Like I said, this is free agency time. Try to make a stupid prediction. That ain't gonna hurt your rep whatsoever. It'd be like Aaron Rodgers. He could be traded to the Dolphins. That ain't gonna hurt whatsoever, because if you're wrong, you're wrong. It is what it is. And if you're right, damn, you get all the kudos in the role. In the world. It's just what it is. But to go after someone's family is just crazy to see on a daily basis now. Like, we're barely in the offseason and you guys keep going in. It makes no sense whatsoever. It's like, I don't get it. Like I said, Brittany, she's just a very supportive girlfriend that's very eager, very loud, and I get it. It can be obnoxious to some people, but again, don't really pay attention to it. But it's the media. They're going to try to make a news article out of everything. It's like, it's not even that bad as well. It's like, honestly, I don't see her much different than any of the other Chiefs girlfriends as well, like of a Travis Kelce or a Tyrann Mathieu as well. Like, they all hang out together, and I've seen them all cheering and being loud. I just think Brittany posted the most. So what? Since it's more out there, it's more annoying? I don't get it. And for Jackson doing TikToks, don't follow him. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know how something that's not related to you or obtains to you can affect someone so much, and it's just so crazy to see. But I want to wrap this up because it was just my opinion, but as well, I want to see down in the comments below. I want to see how Kansas City Chiefs fans really feel about it. Like, if they feel it's a real distraction, or if they just feel like, hey, it's family being family and it is what it is at the end of the day, or if it does bother you as well. If you are a fan of any other team, NFL-wise too, let me know why it bothers your soul, because I know that's where it's mostly going to come from. So I want to hear it in the comments down below. But with that being said, please do subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to have more videos throughout the week as well. Like I said, I'm going to dive in on these running back prospects. I'm going to give you 5 of them I have my eyes out for. I'll have that video out tomorrow. I'm working on it right now. So you guys do not want to miss out on that, because it is draft season. It is free agency season. I'm trying to dive out of this drama. But if it's there, of course, I'm going to give you my opinions on it as well. But without further ado, I'm checking out. You guys take care.